Hi, folks. I hope you're well. So, there's a couple of things. Yeah, I've been buying stuff on eBay, buying new stock of clothing. Stock of clothing, thinking about the plan now. And yeah, I was watching a load of items and I kept on getting offers for those items. And yeah, yeah. I bought them because the offers were good, like 15% off. So I thought, okay, I'll buy them. And then I realised, oh, okay, I'm not just in the overdraft, but I'm now got, I think there's about £27 left of the overdraft. And yeah, that's not very good. Because again, that means if I've made an offer for something and the person hasn't actually accepted the offer yet, and they do, I could be beyond the overdraft. So, okay, I had another £45 left in the account. I put £200 in. I thought I had £200 in earlier this week. And so I had to put £40 back into the account, thinking, okay, let's cover that situation. But the reality is, we're not supposed to live as if we're in luck. We're supposed to live as if we're not. Now, sometimes that can mean that, like now, you have that situation where you go, oh, I didn't realise I've gone quite so far and spent so much. But there you go. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It is what it is. Yeah. Yeah, tired already. It's what, 9:20, and yeah, got up early again. Yeah, Bob's, you got me up early. Well, I think he had to puke or something, and he did. These dogs are weird. They keep on puking right now. It's very odd with them, but okay, it's what it is. It's something you got to do. But there you go. Yeah. Something happened today. Well, twice actually. Two things that happened. You know, well, same thing on two occasions. I had to go downtown because I took a load of the jackets I had, like summer jackets, down to charity shop and handed them in. And yeah, it was dry all the way. Rained a tiny bit. I was in a shop and it rained. And it rained a tiny bit when I came out of the shop, then stopped. As soon as I got home, it poured down. Right? And it stopped later, so I took the dogs out. As soon as I got home, it poured down. And so, yeah, I know that I've got someone looking out for me, even with regards to the weather. But actually, we've been through that. I've had to ask God to stop the rain when I go out. And as I said, with regards to church, I say to God, if you want me to go to a church, then yeah, there needs to be no rain, because obviously, I don't want to go there and get there soaking wet and then sit there dripping, because that's not a good move, really. So yeah, when I had a car, I just had to run out to the car, get in the car, drive a bit in the car while going down the road to whatever church I was going to, and then bing bang boo, get out of church, get out the car into the church. And that was my car before I got knackered. The clutch went on that one, and then when I got the Jag, put all the stickers on it pointing to God, rust above all these seatbelt mounts. So now there's no car. So therefore, just walking. So okay. But if that's the case, you understand that's the case, and you understand there are limitations with regards to that, and that's fine. So yeah, we're saying to God about that, the weather, and now it just automatically happens now. That when I'm going to go out, it stops raining, and then it starts raining when I get in. That's cool. So yeah, I'd like to have had that car back. The Civic, good car. But it lasted me about 4 or 5 years. Kept on going through MOT, no problem, no problem, no problem, no problem. Until just after an MOT, the clutch just went. Now it's just after another MOT where it had no problem. And then the clutch went. And once the clutch went, that was it. And so, yeah. Well, because again, I know someone who was helping me to fix cars and he stopped. And then because that's not my skill, because it isn't. And really, I'm not going to start to try to learn to do that yet. If I'm eating from the tree of life, then I will be happy. If God wants me to learn how to fix a car, then He will teach me. He will give me that knowledge. I was watching today people reacting to the Matrix, and there's so many things in that I realised. But again, the concepts are interesting. The concepts are interesting from that point that if you are eating from the tree of life, if you're walking heaven down, then do the rules of this world apply to you? I don't mean the laws, I mean the rules of this world. Things like, well, you can even say gravity. Would there be a condition, as I've said this before, would there be a time when you can actually remove gravity? So, for example, in that movie Lucy, at one point she makes the guards float up to the ceiling. Not float up, but go up to the ceiling very quickly. So she basically removed gravity. So the question was, okay, yeah, you could do that. In a small space, you could. So if you're in a hallway of a big building, just in that hallway, you could remove gravity. And then whatever or whoever is in that hallway would go straight onto the ceiling. Yes. Yes. You could absolutely do that. If you have the authority of God, then you could do that. Yes. You wouldn't go around doing it as a trick, but you could do that. So what other things? The Matrix. If he is out, when they're shooting at him, he puts his hand up and says no, and all the bullets stop. So again, could that be done? Yeah. Yeah, I do not doubt in any way, shape, or form that could be done. That if you're in that situation, you could tell a bullet to stop, and that bullet would stop. Because if you have the authority of God, every single thing on earth is under your authority. Is under that authority. That authority. Everything is under that authority. You could tell one of these trees to twist into a knot, and it would do so. It couldn't not do so. It would have to do that. It would have to twist into a knot. Because the authority of God said it has to do that. Now, again, you wouldn't do that. No. But all of that is fascinating. Just fascinating. What is possible now and what would be possible, fascinating. Just brilliant. So there you go. That will do you. I will speak to you soon. Be blessed and be a blessing. And yeah. What else is going on? Oh, the person upstairs, he went on Hollybobs. He went to Canada to see a friend or relative, I think. And so that's good. All right, he's back now with Doggy. So that's nice. Oh, we'll see, Doggy. You take care.